Yep.
Why you say that?
Yeah. What's up, y'all? We back in the green room. Shout out to Trent, the intern. He has. We have some good news coming from him in a little bit if he shows up. Shout out to our sponsor, Captain Kirk Jamaican Rum Punch. Tone Rock in the building. Joe Feezy Fox.
What's going on, brother?
Trey Elliot.
Yo, guess what? I'm on time.
Yo, it's a water main break down the street. It's like 5 blocks closed off.
Right.
I left early because of that. Got here. 5 blocks closed off because of the water main. Today's the day you show up on time.
Today's the day I made it on time with no traffic nowhere from where I was coming
Got
from.
right here.
Really?
Yeah,
Nice.
and I come from the opposite of the water break, but you know,
I didn't even know that's what it was.
It didn't affect you?
Well, I didn't know what it was. I just saw road closed, and every time you try to turn right, so let me go down and see what most people are doing.
Yeah.
I was on Santa Monica Boulevard. I'm like, okay, well.
It didn't affect you?
It didn't affect me. That coming from where I came from.
Okay. All right.
Oh,
So
okay.
it was perfect.
How was your weekend, gentlemen?
Busy.
What'd you do?
Auditions.
On the weekend?
Yeah, they don't care about your life. They
Okay,
say we need it when we say we need it. So I had 2 due over the weekend, and I had to call back. So
Nice.
I'm cool with that. Callbacks are wins.
That's how I go. I was in where was I at this weekend?
Chattanooga, Tennessee.
No, Greensboro.
I was
in Greensboro, North Carolina this weekend, 4 shows. Good shows, man. Sold some good merch. And of course, the day you leave to go out of town is when the audition come in.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what happened to me. I got an audition. And you know, it's one of them auditions you got to sign the NDA before they even send you the script. I love those because I'm like, okay,
something good.
I'm in the top 20 at least. You know what I mean? I could do something with this. So I did that, and I actually shot it while I was in Greensboro because I wanted to get it in early. It was due yesterday, but they was like, if you can get it in earlier, the better, because we're gonna be shooting on the 4th of August.
Wow. Nice.
So I said I ain't want to wait until I got back here to do it, because I'm like, they might already pick somebody by the time I get back. So I was able to get a shot, you know what I mean, in North Carolina, and it was cool. Nothing I had to really like get into deep character about, you know what I mean, but you know what I mean, good for HBO show. So yeah, man. So it was a productive weekend, man.
All right, cool.
Yeah.
Well, kudos. Good luck to both of you. See what happens with the auditions.
Yeah.
Okay. And we in the green room with the lovely and talented. We have to welcome her, give her a proper intro.
Yes.
Lovely and talented, super funny.
Yes.
Writer, performer, filmmaker.
Yes.
Miss Alycia Cooper's in the green room, y'all.
Yeah,
Big round for her.
and I'm happy to be here.
Good to see you. I haven't seen you in a minute. You've been working.
I've been working,
When
man.
comics don't see each other, that means somebody be working.
Yeah, I'm working. I'm aging and working. So y'all,
You're looking younger and younger. You're
Thank
looking
you,
younger
man.
and
I'm
younger.
looking at y'all. I said I must have aged out for auditions. See, I don't get no auditions. I think all my roles went to Jennifer Lewis. I aged out.
And you know what she's gonna say, right? Don't ask me for no money.
That's exactly what she was saying.
Right.
So
I'm still gonna ask.
Filmmaker, I did not know this. Tell us about it.
So yes, I am in love with filmmaking. I'm in the DGA, the Directors Guild of America,
Okay,
which is the
dope.
most powerful union in the world. But I got into the DGA working on the Dr. Phil show.
Okay.
So it wasn't like it was about filmmaking and narratives. It was going to do packages at people's homes and put them into the show.
Okay.
So that's how I got in. But then I was like, I want to do my own projects. Nobody's gonna let me direct, so I had to write my own stuff. Then I couldn't afford to hire actors, so I had to act in it. So now I have 4 projects that I'm shopping around. I'm turning them into verticals. So if you go to my Instagram, you can start seeing the first 3. The 4th one I'm gonna probably put up in about a week.
Okay.
And so I said, let me take the projects I already have and turn them into verticals. And what I like is I didn't shoot them vertically. So when you go to watch them, Instagram now has it on the Instagram app. You can watch Instagram on your TV. So now you get the full aspect ratio of my movies because I didn't shoot them vertically. So it's not a slit in the middle of your screen. I like it better that way.
Right.
Okay.
But yeah, so I'm starting to get a lot of traction from the projects. So
What are the projects? You said you got 4. Tell us.
4. The first one is called Trey, Trade. And it's about these 2 guys who share a jail cell. And then all the stuff that happens after that. Then the second one is called Fat Stripper, and I did that one during the pandemic.
You started that one?
I started that one. Because we were all bored and we had nothing to do. So I said, who wants to work? So we went out and did Fat Stripper about a girl who, during the pandemic, needed some money. The only thing that was still open was the strip clubs used to work in 20 years ago, and they were coming through the back door. She took her fat ass back to the strip club. And she said, I hope my old regulars come back. So them old regulars came back too. So that was Fast Stripper. It was a romantic comedy. And then the third one
sounds romantic.
Too sexy. The third one was Just Us. It's like sometimes there's justice and sometimes there's just us. Right. And it's about a young man who was lynched, and he gets to go back and confront his lyncher as a grown man.
Oh wow!
So
like what horror?
It's a psychological horror.
Comes back from the dead.
From the dead.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
Okay.
So and so then the fourth one is a straight up comedy. And this is the one I wanted to do for all of us. It's based off of comics that share a home club. And all the stuff, all the backstabbing and stuff that goes on behind the scenes, a janky promoter. And that one, I had a bunch of comics that were in it. Flame Monroe, Dominique, Real Battle, Michael Collier, Omar Gooding. So it was a bunch of comics that were in it. And I just wanted to do that as the pilot of proof of concept. And then once it got picked up, it would be work for all of us because I'm going to have cameos.
There you go.
You know, so I just wanted everybody to get a chance to work off that one. So, but it came out really, really funny because it was based off of a true story, something that really happened to Dominique.
Okay.
So this was back when Simply Marvelous was hot. How you doing? How your mama doing?
I remember.
You know, so they were on the road and they were all complaining about this janky promoter. So Simply Marvelous, Simply Marvelous and Dominique said to the new comic, we're not going out there until all three of us have been paid. We've been beat before. United we stand, divided we fall. Long story short, Simply and Dominique get their money. They licking their thumb. They got theirs. He ain't get his. And they starting the show. They're like, wait a minute. Hold on. We were supposed to be united. We stand. And they turned on his behind. And they cussed his ass out. So the next thing you know, you hear Simply Mom, how you doing? How your mama doing? She done started the show. And he never did get his.
Did he do the show?
So he went on and did it because he was new. And it was a crowd out there. You know how we knew it was a crowd out there. So so that was the basis for the pilot. But it's all of us talking about personal stories that we have and how we've been done wrong, and then we'll turn it into an episode.
Yo, that's great. That's a really good idea. You could do a million episodes of that. You just have comics come in. It's almost like a behind the music type thing, but then you turn it into a episode. You can have comics come in, tell a real true life story from the road, and then
we shoot that.
have it.
Yeah,
like they can narrate it. They can
like a mockumentary style.
Yo, that's a good ass idea.
Yeah, and nobody has your story but you. So we'd be like, Trey, what's your story this week? You know, and then we all got one.
That's a good idea.
So so that's how I just wanted everybody to get a shot at eating. And just everybody share the same home club, and it's hilarious. So,
and these all 4 of these are up on your Instagram right now.
3 of them are up right now, and the next one I'm gonna put it up next week. But
tell them your Instagram so they can check it out.
Instagram is Alycia Alycia Cooper 2023.
Nice.
Why 2023?
Because they took my page from cussing out Donald Trump and all that stuff, so they took my page, so I just started all over again. I done lost so many pages because when you're not on the conservative side, anything you say, they report you.
Really?
And you gotta, they tell you all the time, you gotta strike. And all it is people complaining about what you said. But see, we don't complain about the people on the right, what they say, and we should. But they took all our pages down when Kamala was running. I lost my TikTok page. I lost my Instagram page. I had to start over because I was pro-blue. And I was, cussing out people on the right. And I kept losing pages. So that's why I don't really even trip about a page. I'm like, that's too much power. It's a one guy named Tizzy Ant. He had 8.1 million TikTok followers. They keep taking his page. How you lose a page with 8.1 million followers?
What was he talking about Trump?
Oh, yeah, talking about Trey, talking about pedophilia, Epstein files, all that stuff that they don't want you to talk about. And and then his video is finding people who are racist towards other people. Like, can anybody tell me who this guy is?
Oh, wow.
And
doxing people.
The white guy.
The white guy.
So
they don't want anybody taking the task for doing anything to us. You're going to lose your page.
Some people, when they start a page, they have a backup page, and they because they know they probably going to get snatched. He said, make sure you follow the backup page just in case I gotta
Then
go.
they snatched the backup page. They got too much power. You never find out who's doing the snatching, so you can snatch them. You know what I'm saying?
The invasion of the social media snatchers. My page got snatched.
Do a film on that.
Cyber snatchers.
Yeah,
The cyber snatchers.
So the filmmaking that came about because you were just like not getting, like we were talking about auditions earlier. You just felt like you weren't getting the attention you wanted from the industry, so you just did it yourself.
Well, I started in television production as an intern at BET in DC while I was a student in Maryland.
Oh wow! Where'd
So
you go
I
to school?
always had it, Maryland College Park.
Okay.
So I always had that part in me. The very first job I got as an intern was on Rap City with Chris Thomas. When he was
The mayor.
The
The mayor.
Okay.
The
Shout out to
mayor.
Chris
When
Thomas.
I lived in the
Oh,
DIA,
geez.
I used
Shout
to
out
do
to
all. He
Chris
used to
Shout out
put
Chris
me
Thomas,
he used to put me up a lot, man.
Yeah, that was my first job as an intern. And I remember my first time going out in the field, it was Biz Marquee. And Biz Marquee's people came. That was back when people coming. They had the publicists had a box of CDs.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
my first CD was a free Biz Marquee CD. You couldn't tell me I hadn't arrived. I got a free
Props.
CD,
You was getting props.
everything. So yeah, so that was my first job. So I was always behind the scenes, and I just wanted to create sitcoms when I moved to LA because I love Living Single and I love The Golden Girls. So I wanted to create sitcoms, and I didn't realize how political that is, and woo, how they
Man.
make it so hard.
Wait, so started doing interning.
Yeah.
Came to LA to do stand up, or came to LA to do?
I didn't come to LA to
TV.
do stand-up. I came to LA to create sitcoms.
Okay, so how did stand up start?
Man, so okay, so
What's your origin story?
My origin story was I started in the DC area, but I didn't know a comedian. I didn't know how you do it, and all the greats make it look easy. You think they just jumping up improv,
Yep.
you know, because it's just rolling. So and then Def Jam hit, and everybody I was like, these are my peers, and I've been told my whole life I'm funny. I can do this. I would jump on stage without anything prepared. And see in Maryland, that part of Maryland, everybody was educated, so they was real classy. They wouldn't boo you; they just look at you and blink. I sort of would probably rather had a booze. At least that let me know somebody alive. But all I got was silence. I was always met with silence.
Okay.
I was horrible. So then I started grabbing at things I had heard in the past. Y'all, why'd I get up there in Camp Springs, Maryland, and repeat a joke I had already heard? And I said, your mother don't have no arms and legs, so she spun the wheel and wheel of fortune like this. And I put my arms behind my back and swung my foot. Said, big money, big money. Like,
But you had heard somebody say that.
I heard somebody say that already. And so I'm sitting up here trying to do the big money wheel with my foot because I ain't got no arm. They was looking at me like, chirp, chirp, chirp. It was so bad. So I quit because I said, I guess I'm not as funny as I thought I was. And I realized, no, you just have to work at it. So,
Right.
I tried one or two more times. It didn't work out. So I quit. When I got to LA, I started producing shows for BET in Burbank.
Okay.
So one day, we were doing this show for Cheryl Underwood called Holla. And one day, one of the producers said to me, I booked you for this Friday. I'm doing my shows are the next big thing. We're doing 2 singers, 2 rappers, and 2 comedians. And I booked you as the comedian. I said, Darice, I don't do stand-up. Why would you book me? I said, I got my own shows due this Friday. God, no. And she was like, you're the funniest person in the office. I was like, well, how hard is that to be? Y'all ain't funny.
That's the same thing.
It's the
Can
same
you do
thing.
it?
So she told me, you're going to do it. So I went and got a book called The Comedy Bible by
Oh, yeah,
Judy
Judy
Carter.
Carter.
Of course.
And so I started looking through the book, and it was like how you set a joke up, and then it's Tuesday, and trying to write these 3 minutes. So I go to the ha-ha, and I say, can you at least let me get, try to hear it come out of my mouth. And when you brand new and the MC is up, it feel like they up for an hour and a half. You have sweat rings under your arm. You just want to get the mic in your hand. So I finally got the mic in my hand. I went up and I started working on some stuff. I was talking about Toni Braxton, how she done changed her voice in the heat, everything. So I'm just trying to hear stuff come out of my mouth. And I got a little bit of something. So Friday came and I put it on national TV. I just made it do what it do. And the judges for that episode were Ellen Cleghorn. Kim was a host. Kim Whitley was a host.
Okay.
We had Chocolate.
Okay.
And we had Annie McKnight.
Annie McKnight, yeah.
So this was a televised.
Oh, wow.
So when you look back on something, you're like, you ain't had no business doing that. But they at least gave me a good critique. Because if they had given me a bad critique, I'd have quit again because I wasn't committed to it.
But how long was it between the move from Maryland till when you started doing that show? Like, is that 2 years? 3 years?
I would say I moved there in 98, and Derice forced me to do that show in 2000. So that was like 2 years.
Oh wow, you was here
Okay,
before me.
so you started in
I got to
roughly
LA in 98.
Roughly in 2000.
2000 October 2000 was when that show aired.
Okay.
And then y'all, I got the video. I'm gonna have to show it to y'all. So a friend of mine was working with Steve Harvey, and they were booking Comic View. This is like 2001. I'd only been doing comedy like a year, and I got her to sneak my name on the list.
Nice. That's a good friend.
That was a good friend.
A lot of people were doing that back then.
She snuck my name on the list. We had to fly ourselves to Miami. One of the other girls that worked in the show said I could stay in her room. Y'all, I did that. First of all, I was working 12-hour days at BET. I wasn't a committed comedian, but I wanted to do Comic View. So I get to Miami, I roll my luggage onto the room, and that's back where they would make everybody come at one time. It didn't matter if your set was at midnight. You had to still be there at 9 a.m. and just burn yourself out all day.
That's how they did with Laugh-A-Palooza, remember?
Oh, yeah.
That's rough.
that.
You should have a time. So you so burned by the time you go. But anyway, so I drag my stuff over to the theater, and I look, y'all, I see all these seats, a balcony area, and I immediately start hyperventilating. The biggest room I had played up to that point was the Ha-Ha. So I'm looking at this Eddie Murphy raw ass theater. And now it hits me what I've just done. What did you just do? What did you just get yourself into? You're not ready for no. Oh my God. When I tell y'all the amount of sweat, I had cartoon sweat popping on my head, my everything. I was soaked, just soaked from the stress of, and I wanted to go home.
Yo, can I put a pin in that for a second?
Yeah.
That's the story you should tell and shoot and reenact. That right there. Just have you just doused with water, big ass theater, like telling the story, narrating the story, and we just see it. Yo, that would be so funny to see.
Walk out. Funny listening to
just
it.
hearing it.
Because we've all been there.
Wait, go ahead. So you said what did I just do? Yeah.
Like even when I think back to it, I can relive it because I shouldn't have been there. So, and I probably had like 3 minutes of material, 4 minutes of material, and I'm like, oh my God, I really wanted to leave. You know, so
call your name and no one shows up.
Now you go downstairs where all the comedians are. Everybody has their luggage and everything, and now they're watching on a monitor. Other people go up, and these people are eating it. So now everybody's laughing. Not me, because I'm too stressed out. But the other comics are laughing at the comics who are eating it, and I'm like, this is about to be me. So I'm not freaking laughing at nobody.
About to be me.
This is about to be me. So
tearing people up backstage.
They said that I didn't even realize people could be watching you laughing at you backstage.
Wait, you shoot a TV show, you didn't realize people were gonna see it.
Backstage,
I'm talking about your colleagues.
Letting
We're not
people
supposed
have
to be doing each other like that. So
nobody
now,
do comics worse than other comics.
That's the
Nobody laughs at the comics bombing than other comics.
But I was so
backstage.
new. Yeah. I didn't know that a comic would laugh at the suffering.
How many times had you been on stage before this night?
Including the times I went up in Maryland?
All the time, yes.
I went up 3 times in Maryland and 1 time at the Ha-Ha, so it's like 4.
Okay, the TV show.
And then the TV show.
And now I'm saving the national TV show. Oh, the national TV show, yeah. Yeah, but
you did 5 spots before you did this big
before
run.
I did this big run.
Yeah, you should be that nervous.
You
should be that nervous.
You know, and when I tell y'all, so they would do my hair and makeup, and I would sweat it completely out. So they would start over, and they would do my hair and makeup, and I would sweat it completely out. Finally, the lady gave me a fan, so I'm just sitting here with this individual fan in my face. And I didn't go up till like 10 o'clock that night. I've been there since 10 o'clock that morning.
Oh, that's crazy.
You know the amount of freezing out that has had to have, oh my God. So I finally go up and I tell a joke, because back then Fin was the big thing, you know, the diet.
Yeah.
And I said something. I said, that's like Bruce advertising for Fin. And that's sort of always because Bruce was one of the hosts. And I said, you know he ain't using that mess. But I was so new that when I said that's like Bruce advertising for Fin, the whole audience erupted. Woo, 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 woo. And then I stepped on my laugh. That's how new I was.
Yeah.
So, and I just saw it on YouTube, so I pulled it down. Oh, and another thing. So back then, Monique, she was working on the Parkers, and I was one of the trainees. Monique had a clothing line back then. So I went to Monique, and I went to her. I said, Monique, can I get something to wear? Because I'm taping. She said, call my sister. So I called her sister. They had me to go to Tampa Avenue, and she had a little area with clothes, different things. So I picked 2 or 3 things out. I told her sister I'll bring it back next week. So one of the outfit that I wore on Comic View was from Monique's clothing line.
Oh, wow.
Nice.
So after that Bruce bit, then how did the set go?
So I was feeling good after I got some laughs. So I'll show it to y'all. I got the whole thing on my hard drive now. But I mean, it wasn't the worst set, but I did step on my laugh.
Yeah.
You know, and I mean, I would not recommend anybody to do what I did because I didn't know what I didn't know.
Right.
You
No,
know.
that's why you would. That's why you should recommend that to somebody.
Yeah.
That's why you should recommend.
Yeah,
Yo,
I
take
mean,
the chance.
Being that new,
if you in that
that's not
position
gonna
and somebody
hurt
can
you.
sneak you on an audition or a lineup, do that shit, man.
Jake.
yeah, that's not gonna hurt you. Like
Do
that's
that
like
shit.
going to the Apollo. I got booed at the Apollo, nigga. So
Yo, if I had a friend that I could sneak on
And
an
you just
audition or a
started?
lineup, I would do it.
Yeah.
and don't let them know. It's like, hey, I got you on.
Fear is a
comments,
great
You know
man.
how many
motivator.
people got a career based off of something like that? Like,
Yeah.
they're not even supposed to be the one to
Yep.
Yeah.
for the audition or whatever. They just the person going with the person that's auditioning. It's like
Yeah.
you don't know what your
You
destiny
never know,
is.
man. Stranger things.
So
happen.
that episode airs and then you start working or you feel like you,
No, I didn't want to be a comedian. So the episode aired and I had my full time. I made good money in television production. I went back to work. So, and I got to check every week. You see what I'm saying? And it wasn't like I wasn't responsible for bringing in audience. I didn't have the stress. I went back to work. I was like, no, I just went right back to work. I never thought I would be a comedian full time. Let me tell y'all what happened. So when I came here, I started working on talk shows. The first talk show I worked on was Magic Johnson's late night talk show.
Oh wow, okay.
That was so much fun.
Okay.
You know, late night is way more fun than daytime. Then I got in this daytime thing with Sybil Shepherd's show, the Men Are From Mars, Women Have Been, all these daytime
Oh yeah,
shows.
yeah.
Then I finally got my break. I was a trainee on the Parkers. I was like, this is what I was brought here to do. I got to sit in the writer's room for 26 weeks and learn from Sarah Finney Johnson, who started on the Jeffersons.
Wow.
I got to learn from Bill Bullwick, who co-created 227, which was a show I loved because it was set in D.C. and they were wearing Redskins gear. Just all the best. Rashawn McDonald, Steve's manager, was in the
Okay.
writer's room. He was a
I remember
consultant.
Rashawn.
So everybody was in there and I was learning from the best. And I said, this is why I left. This is what I'm supposed to be doing. But I was just a trainee. I didn't realize there's other people in line in front of you for the staff writers gigs. They're assistants. Other writers assistants, their personal assistants. I was never really gonna get a staff writing gig on that. So after I left, what hits? Reality television.
Okay.
So now I'm in this reality television world. I started on VH1 and MTV doing a bunch of reality shows. Then I get a call to go back to BET because they're doing a show called College Hill.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, I remember
The
that show.
pitch to me was we're gonna show black people HBCUs. We're gonna show them in a positive light. Blah 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 blah. Now I'm in this. I'm on the ground floor of College Hill. Like I'm going with Tracy Edmonds to audition people. You know. So and I know what puts a good show together. You have to have the conflict. So they wanted all these young hoes. Now I'm like, yes.
Where's the
young
conflict
hoes-
in that?
Young hoes move the needle for reality
young
TV.
hoes will get you some eyeballs, but we also need the opposite of the young hoe. So I found this girl. She was a religious girl. And
Wait
so
a minute, that's
I
not
had-
opposite.
she was pretending.
Right.
So I told Tracy, I said, no, y'all need to hire her because she's the opposite of the looser young ladies, and she's gonna take them. She's gonna make them read the Bible. I said, there's so much other stuff you can get if you include Tanisha. They didn't want her, so I told Leslie, the camerawoman, I said, come with me. We went over to her. I said, look, I need some footage of you reading the Bible. I had Leslie stand over her on a bench and shoot over the Bible. And, so I got some footage and I brought it back to Trace. I said, look at this girl's story. They put her on the show and she was the highest rated, most popular
Oh
character.
wow, wow.
Nice.
Nice.
So anyway, so I got in it and they was telling me it's going to be a positive thing. My mother graduated from Howard University. So, when it comes to HBCUs, I'm like, okay, this is what we want to show. That footage was coming back. It was nothing like what I was sold. I mean, just fighting and cussing and screwing and drinking.
Drugs.
So basically, college life.
College
So
life.
it is.
But-
I
okay,
didn't expect to see college life on a college show.
But what I thought was they told me that some of the footage that we shot of them in class was gonna make it. All the class footage hit the ground. Like nothing
You thought it
positive
was gonna be
made.
like
Don't
a
nobody
different
want to
world.
learn.
Yeah. I thought it was gonna be showing all facets, including the educational process. It turned into something else, and I was like, it didn't sizzle right. You know what I'm saying? Like, I
Made
didn't
you want to
feel
go to
right.
college, huh?
Let me tell y'all one thing I did that made me say, okay, you going too far. Because I mean, if you hire me to do something, I'm gonna do it. So they were all at this fire pit in the back, and one of the guys named John, he was talking stuff about this one girl who was just finishing from class, and her van was coming back. But I mean, he was down there holding court, and he was talking about her like a dog. So when they told me her van is pulling up, I go upstairs and I say, John is down there talking about you like a dog right now.
Wow.
Now, first of all,
Being messy.
First of all, the alcohol is flowing, and then you starve them. So if you starve people, and it's something they're gonna fight.
Okay.
So they hungry, they drunk, and now they about to.
Hungry,
We done
drunk,
starved
and
them.
mad.
We
Treating them
got
like
drunk.
pit bulls.
We breed them like pit
Y'all
bulls.
actually did that.
Yes.
Next time I break up a fight, I'm like, yo, y'all hungry?
People hungry, they will fight. So she storms down the stairs. I'm thinking she gonna come through the house. She was so mad. She went around the side of the house trying to get to John. I heard you talking about me. She goes to push him and almost knocks him into the fire pit.
Wow.
So I didn't made for the boy to get killed.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh my gosh, you're going to have to roll this back. Highest rated episode. Like all the stuff, we broke records for what we were doing, but I didn't feel
It
good
sounded like you broke
about
rules too.
what we were doing. You know, so after that, I couldn't do any more reality show. So I did that one. I did DMX's reality show, and I did Little Kim's reality show, taking her to jail.
Oh, yeah.
After that, I was like, I'm done. So now it's 2008 at this point. And so I started doing overseas tours for the troops.
Okay.
You
USO
know,
tours.
USO tours. So I tried to do some colleges, but once you leave college, you ain't the demographic no more, and y'all don't really relate to each other, and you got
yeah.
real
Get away from
life
the
problems,
demographic.
and I didn't enjoy that. So, but I enjoyed the truth. But you fly so far and so long. I did a good amount of those, and then after that, I was like, okay, now what are you gonna do? You know, so. I just had to make a decision. I was like, what is it that gives you joy? And I said, what gives me joy is writing my own projects and shooting.
So even today, you don't really love stand-up?
I love stand-up, but I don't love that I'm responsible to bring the audience because I'm not at the place where I can get the audience to come just because my name is up. There's a few places, the Cleveland Improv, they're going to show up for me. A few places that I've been doing over the years and the people already love me, but I'm not a name like that.
Right.
So I would rather it would probably be more beneficial for me to open for somebody at this point because then I don't have to worry about them not putting me in because I don't have enough social media numbers or whatever it may be. You know, so I'm just trying to do what's easier for me.
Every time I see you have me rolling. Like you're
a writer.
You are, like when you performing, you could just tell that you are a natural writer. But your bits and your material is, and I'm not just saying it because you're here, because we wouldn't have you on the podcast if we didn't think you was good. But no, like you are one of those that, that I'm always looking, like when I see you on the show, I'm going to watch your set because you always,
thank you, Trey.
you really make me laugh.
Now, did you do, or have you done like those corporate shows? Because you seem like you're more in tune with, like you're able to do that, like keep it clean, or as a writer, you write jokes tailored to an event. So have you done those as well?
I have. I've done a lot of corporates. And see, I like when I get booked for something because I ask, what exactly do you need? Like I need to find it because I write specialized material.
Right.
So I love corporate. I love corporates. And I do a lot of clean shows too. When I first started, I would ask A-listers for advice. So one time I ended up in a limo with Monique and her boyfriend at the time. And I said to Monique, what advice you give to a new comedian? She said, get half your money before you get half your money up front and the other half before you open your mouth. So and then when I didn't do that, I got burned. So she was right. The second person I talked to was Cheryl Underwood when I first started. And I said, Cheryl, what advice do you have for a new comedian? She said, do not start out blue. She said, start out clean and then go blue later if you want to, because you'll get stuck with this blue thing wrapped around your neck like I have.
Yeah.
You know, so when she said that, I started writing clean. You know.
That was one of the rules I learned early on. It's like you can't go blue early because you can't follow blue with clean. If you go blue out the gate, it's like it just generally doesn't work to go nasty and then try to go clean afterwards.
Yeah.
You got to build to that. So
Yeah.
I remember learning that.
Yeah, she was saying that it was a hindrance for her career. And then, we always taught, we're taught that clean makes more money than dirty any day. Look at how much money Bill Cosby made versus how much money Richard Pryor made.
Well, I don't think either one of them was hungry.
No, they're not hungry.
I don't think either one of them was starving.
Big money difference.
Yeah. So
That
now,
Cosby
what
show.
advice would you give to a young comic coming up?
What advice I would give, and this is what I do give them. I say, get on stage every chance you get.
Yep.
That's your college. Just jump on stage. Just jump
college,
up there because every audience is different. You're never going to have the same experience 2 times. Get on stage as many times as you can in a week. And when I moved to New York City, that's when I got stronger because all the DC comics were going to New York. And once they got to New York, their careers changed, whether it was Wanda, Dave, Dominic, Red, Joe, all of them. When they got there, Donnell. Once they got there, their careers changed because they were doing more sets to a different type of audience. So when I moved to New York, because I said I want to do New York City for 1 year, and I did, and that was a lot for me because I'm very suburban. I don't like getting on no train with a million other cultures and people sneezing on me and shit.
Million cultures.
And people jumping up and down for a tip and all that shit and all them somersaults. I'm like, woo, just let me get in my Toyota and get to my gig. So it was a trip, and then all that step on it. I never said step on it till I got to New York because I was always running late. Step on it. Then you got to get a white man to get you your cab in the rain, but I was doing like 5 sets a night because I was working this place called Ha. Remember Ha?
Yeah, of course.
So you go room 1, room 2, room 1, room 2, room 1, room 2. So you can get like 6 repetitions in a night.
In the same spot, just keep going back and forth?
Yeah, just take 2 rooms.
What's the guy's name that used to run that?
Anthony something or Anthony was the owner, I think, and then it was another guy. I know you talking about Hispanic.
It came and went, but it was a good spot.
There.
So right in Times Square.
Margins.
They used to make sure they would ask you to bark for audience before the show. They would give you time.
Yeah.
But listen, I from my fondest memories of being a stand-up to this day was working in New York when I did because it was like. The money was crazy. They was paying cash. Remember back in the day, they were paying cash.
Yes.
So I tell people all the time, I would make enough money from Thursday to Sunday to pay my rent.
Now that's good.
It's more of a system out there.
$100 spots on the weekends.
Yeah, that's good.
$50 spots during the week.
Yeah.
If you start at 8 o'clock and you go to 2, you could do 8. You could do 8:30 somewhere else. You could do 9:15, 9:45, 10:25, 11:30, 12. You could go. I would have cash to pay my rent. On Sunday night when I come home, just put it on the table.
These were shows you were booked on, you just
if you was a regular, you just call your spots in every week.
Yeah.
So I would always end at the cellar because the cellar went latest and the cellar paid the most. So if you close the 10 o'clock show at the cellar and you close the 12 o'clock show at the cellar, you run around the corner to the Boston, do a spot, go to New York Comedy Club on 22nd, go to Ha, go to Dangerfields. If you could make it all the way up to the Strip, do a spot and get back in time, you do that. Bruh, $50, $75, $25, $100,
And there was a place
$100.
called CB's that was right by the cellar.
By
Remember CB's?
CBGB's. And then they opened the other cellar around the corner, right? So you had 2 cellars. Bruh, easy money.
Yeah, you can scrape it together. And then some clubs, New York was the first place where I ever went to. I think Leslie Jones might have been running. I can't remember. But it started at like 4 a.m. or something.
Yep.
I never saw nothing like that before.
Here's a question. What? Obviously, from being in that era of time, what do you think is the real difference between doing stand-up out in New York in a systematic way? You can make bread like that. What is the real difference between that and out here? Because that's just unheard of to be able to, what you're going to be able to do to make your rent like that.
Yeah,
What do you mean? What do you mean the difference?
The different, there's no systematic way out here in Los Angeles.
West Coast. In New York, it's the reps. In New York, it's the reps. The consistent reps Monday through Sunday. It's your playing in the NBA. Everybody you playing with is the best basketball player in the world. You know what I'm saying? The guy that's hosting, the guy that's in front of you, the person behind you, it's the best basketball players in the world. You can't help but get better.
Okay, but I'm in terms of you making money. I don't know what the perspective is when you say you can get your rent in a week. You're doing like $75 spots, $100 spots. Is that what that was?
Yeah.
Okay, so really it's about frequency of going up.
It's way more clubs in New York.
Way more
more
clubs.
clubs.
Okay.
And once you
Okay.
pass at a club, it's the same here, but once you
Yeah.
pass at a club, you could call your spots in every week. Every Monday, you could be like, hey, I'm available 8, 9, 10, and they call you. You got your calendar on. Every comic had that same calendar where you
tear the page
yeah,
off.
and you have all your spots written out so you know you can make it from here to there in time.
Okay.
You know, and then when I started, I told the story a million times. When I started, I wasn't a regular at every club.
Okay.
So I would hang out at the clubs. This is how I got my reputation in New York.
Right.
I would hang out at the club, and somebody's gonna be late. One of those guys with 20 spots is gonna be late.
Right.
So they, hey Tony, go up. You know, Bill Burr's running late. Do some time. Patrice is running late. That's how I got in. Like 3 or 4 of the clubs, I got in because I was always there. They just put me in the rotation.
Right.
Yeah, Dangerfield. I mean, Dangerfield.
Dangerfield's
So many
and
places
Dangerfield's had
where-
30-minute spots at the time.
Yes.
30.
Dangerfield's had 30-minute
Yeah.
spots, and I think they paid $100 a spot.
Whoa.
And see, the thing about LA is everybody wants to give you 7 minutes, 9 minutes. You can't really
12.
cobble
Build a set,
together
yeah.
a good set when you're going up and it's the
And we don't
like
have that
here
many
you could
clubs.
do 45 minutes on the East Coast if you get the last spot or 30 minutes. It's like it's harder to cobble together and act, I think, out here.
So how long were the shows like? In my mind, just by listening to y'all talk about that, it's like comedy all night, different rooms, but any one particular show is like what, 2 hours long?
8,
like
10, and 12.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cellar was 8, 10, 12.
Okay, 3 shows.
And 2.
Oh, late.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you got to
and-
think about that. One club got 4 shows.
And if you could
Right.
get on 4 spots at one club that's paying for $100, you could do $400 just that night.
Boom.
Right.
You do that Friday and Saturday, that's $800.
Yeah.
Right?
So think about LA.
Yeah.
They have Factory got 2 shows. Tuesday.
Used to have 3.
Wednesday.
Factory used to have 3.
Yeah.
8, 10, and 12 on the weekends.
Yeah,
Mhm.
but now you
Yeah.
know mostly what 2. You get
Yeah.
200. You know they pay you $100 a spot.
Mhm. Yeah, and then
Yeah,
And then
haha.
Yeah.
If they when they try to pay you, you know
they got to try.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, so
Yeah.
yeah, right,
It's,
right.
it's hard to get money
Yeah.
out here and compared to New York. And then a lot of people don't have cars. There's no car note, no car
So
insurance.
your transportation is
Yeah.
easy to get from one
Yeah.
club
Walk
to
in,
another.
yeah.
Get one,
Yeah.
one
It's like
subway
a
car for
hub.
the month.
Right.
If you're hungry, you got pizza right here. You got this right here. It's
Yeah.
like it's made for you to just.
Run around.
It's made for your convenience.
It's
Yeah.
made for you. LA is not made for
LA
your
and LA
convenience.
shuts
Yeah.
down early. Like
Yeah.
everybody sleep
That
in
part
LA
too.
by 2:00.
You can't get on the mic. You can't get on the mic at 3:00 in the morning in LA.
No. Mm-mm.
Yeah.
And LA and Hard was where I met Todd Lynn.
Todd Lynn, may he rest in peace.
all
Good
right.
May he
dude.
rest in peace.
May he
And
rest
so
in
I was
peace.
so nervous to meet Todd Lynn because everybody told how mean he was. But I went up to him. I said, "Hey, Todd," and I had a DVD back then. I said, "You mind watching this?" I said, "I would like to get your opinion." And Todd was like, "Sure." And he was such a comedian. He really went back and watched it.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, most people gonna blow smoke up your ass. Yeah, I'll watch it. Todd really watched it. And so he came, I saw him again a week later, and I said, "So what did you think?" And he said, "Well," he said, "I think you're really funny. I think you're talented and creative." He said, "You're not hacky." He said, "But the way you get into your bits is hacky."
Mm.
He said, "You know, you talk how you got three gay uncles?" Because I do. And so he said,
God dang, all three. God.
Are they
Yeah.
brothers?
two of them are my mother's brothers. One of them is my father's brother.
Okay.
So
Y'all
you know,
might need to check one of your uncles. Like somebody in the family.
a lot of siblings going on. So, you know, he said, say something like, well, maybe if because I talked about how, because I had a normal childhood, I'll never get an Oscar.
Mhm.
You know, them people that had some fucked up
Yeah,
lives.
right,
and all that
right.
stuff. So he said, say something like, maybe if I let my uncle diddle me, I'd have had an Oscar.
Mhm.
You know, or something like that. So he
Yeah,
said,
yeah.
you know, telling me other ways to get into my bits. And I thought, after he said
Segue
that, now I
into
spend
it.
more time being creative about my segues because of what
Nice.
Todd Lynn said.
Mhm.
I met him at Laughapalooza, I think. That's how long ago.
Oh, yeah.
I knew Todd Lynn for years in New York, and then I booked a TV show that shot in New York, and I was new, so he was like, "How the fuck? This motherfucker ain't been doing comedy for 2 years. You got a fucking TV show. What the fuck? Nah, man, fuck that, bro. No, you gotta wait for everybody else." I was like, "Sorry, bro, sorry."
Yeah.
Patrice did that too. Patrice told me, "Hey man, you a funny motherfucker, but it's a pecking order. You got like 10 years before you blow up because you got to wait for everybody. Like you got to wait for him and then him and I said, well, you have to excuse me if I skip this motherfucking line.
Excuse me.
You will have to excuse me.
You know that rep that you said you had to just hanging out at the club at a spot. There's a video out there. I think Bill Burr, Colin Quinn, and they're out there talking just about that.
Yo, Wally Collins,
Yeah.
I don't know if it's on that video, but Wally Collins at one of the comic strip Christmas parties got up to give a speech, and he said, just like the camaraderie of the club, and how it was so cool to work with all the comics, and we just like a family here, and it's this new family coming in because the new comics coming in. And he was like, and just know, going into the new year, if you're running late for your spot, just go to your other spot because Tony Rock's gonna take your shit. And the whole room's like, yeah, that motherfucker takes something. Like, hey, bro, I just be sitting here.
Yeah, I think I can't remember who. Somebody showed up and said, "Yeah, I'm getting here on time." And they referred. It was like you and Sherrod.
Me and Sherrod, me and Sherrod.
It said that.
Me and Sherrod would sit right there,
This
just
was
wait,
hilarious.
eat popcorn, and just wait. We would watch, but the beauty of it was, we got to watch everybody.
Yeah.
So Bill Burr would go up and be like, "Man, this one he was Billy Burr."
Billy.
He was Billy
With
Burr.
that Richard
And then one year
Cunningham
I think he got a deal in Montreal and came back and was like, hey guys, hey, listen. From now on, it's Bill Burr. Don't call me Billy. And we're like, oh,
Do it again?
shit,
How did he say it?
All right, bro. We don't. Because he was just walking me like, yo, Billy Burr, what's up, bro? He's like, hey, brothers, listen, guys.
Yeah.
That's another
It's Bill Burr from
Laughing
now
Palooza
on.
dude.
Okay, no more Billy.
That was another Laughing Palooza guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Him, John Bush. You remember John Bush?
I don't remember
John Bush, one of the funniest motherfuckers in the world. We used to just, every time he went on, he would come in, just drop his bag, because he was doing spots all over the city. Come in, drop his bag, run right to the stage, and we would just be in the back of the room like, yo, how you get that funny?
Yeah.
How do you get that funny?
And he's not around anymore?
He's in, I believe he's in Iowa now, and he's on the morning, he does like the Iowa version of America, Good Morning America.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, super duper funny. We used to watch him, we used to watch Bill, Patrice, of course, Wally Collins, of course. We would just watch everybody. And it was the beauty of like just being in the room hanging out. We got to see the whole show, 8 to 12. Teddy Smith was the man. Maceo was the man at the time. And we would just watch everybody just learn, just pick their brains. It was dope. It was incredible.
So Alycia, in this social media landscape of stand-up comedy, what's your take on the crowd work craft? Is it a thing worthy of aspiring to be, or is that just pure throwaway materials? You should do material on
Yeah, the way I felt about the crowd work on social media was that people just didn't want you to see their real stuff.
Right,
They don't want you to see what they're really working on for a variety of reasons. And I felt like the crowd work was just a way to stay engaged with your audience without giving up any bits you really spent time honing. You
Okay.
know? So, and I think that's a good thing because everybody wants to see something new or fresh or whatever. And crowd work is always going to be fresh and new. You're only going to put your funniest stuff up. And I don't have a problem with that because we are trying to preserve our stuff for specials.
Right. Well, what about? I mean, everybody does. They don't want to put stuff that's not good, but if you have a crowd, whatever, some improv or whatever, do you think that that's the thing to do? Because a lot of people are just making it happen, or just let me get some social media shit.
Yeah.
No, if you do it like that, then it's going to come off like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
If you have an organically funny moment it happens in the moment. Somebody says something, you say something right back. It shows everybody that's watching on your social media, oh shit, this person is that funny. They can make that up that fast, and that gives them some more of a idea that they want to come and see you. Like if he could do it, look how fast it was. Like you could tell that wasn't made up.
Yeah.
That lady said that, and he said that right back. Let's go check this guy out.
Yeah.
It piques their curiosity. They want to come and see it. Now, if you're going to do some contrived shit that's like, I'm going to see if I could have this crowd work moment. It's going to come off like that.
Of course,
it's going to look corny.
Yeah.
And they're going to be less inclined to want to see you because it's like, that wasn't even like a moment. He just made that happen. Like,
I think the audience, the thing is, and this is just my opinion, I think the audience is shifting. You know what I mean?
From where
it used to be. Because you got to remember, like, our fan base we had, or your fan base you had, say, 20 years ago, is not that fan base is older. So they're still with how your style of comedy is, or how your style of comedy is, whatever. But these new people coming up under you, they seeing now is like the Mojo Brooks and how he's doing the crowd work, or how now Matt Rife.
Yeah.
They don't understand the organic aspect of where it originated or what it really is about. So now the audiences, of those people, that's what they want to see.
But this thing that we do has never been about going to them. It's always been about you guys come to me.
Right.
It's never been about I'm trying to get to y'all. It's like, this is what I
Yeah.
do. If you fuck with it, come on. Right?
Right.
So if that you're a new fan and you like the crowd work stuff, I'll speak for myself. If you come to my show and you're a new fan, you're like, oh, I love that he puts these clips on Instagram and they go viral. He do this crowd work thing. Then you come see that and I'll do it a few minutes of that, 10, 15 minutes of that on my show. And you're like, yo, that's what I'm talking about. But then you're also gonna go, oh shit, he got really good written material.
Yeah.
So now you see that I could score I could shoot threes, I could score in the paint. Everything is sports analogies with me. I could score in the paint, I could back you down, I could shoot the three, I could cross you over, I could lay up, I can assist. I'm a multifaceted game. I think comics should have their games multifaceted.
Yeah.
You know?
But
So however you want to see it.
Just be a Caitlin clock with a logo 3. You need
Right.
full game.
Right. So if you in the room and you like, everybody likes what they like, right?
Right.
Yeah.
So if you like more crowd work and the guy in the comic can do it, it's like, okay, cool. But you also gonna see some other things you're like, oh, I didn't even know I like that. If you like written material and you come and watch comic and you're like, oh man, this guy got some really good written material. Then he does some crowd work bit, you're like, oh shit, that was in the moment. Like, so you see, I think it's more enjoyment for the person sitting in the chair if you can do everything.
It's you versus, because what happens is now with social media, it became you versus the algorithm as well. Because you could put a very well written bit online, and if that algorithm catches it, it will go crazy. And that written bit is what's going to make people say, yo, I want to come see you because I saw this bit and I like that bit. And I want to see, I want to see that. You know what I mean? Yeah. Or
it's like you go to the show, do 1 minute, okay, show's over.
Well, no,
I know, but it's like I
don't think it's about the bit. It's about the writing style. Like they'll see a bit and like your writing style. They might come for the bit, but then it's like I just like that technique of writing.
Of course,
like the comics you like their tech. I was told, remember Lucian Hole? You remember Lucian Hole's comic strip?
Yeah.
Lucian Hole passed me because I had a joke about a guy on death row. And why do people always find religion when they so close to death? And the guy's like, they put him in the electric chair, and he's like, I don't care because God's sitting with me, and God's holding my hand right next to me, and God's with. And I was like, yeah, but when they throw that fucking switch, God's gonna be like this, right? And Lucian said, if you can write jokes like that, you can write jokes like that again. It wasn't passing me because of the bit; it was passing me because of the technique and the writing.
Right.
And I think if you're a real fan of comedy, you are appreciative of the technique of, like a guy like Anthony Jeselnik. Weird, unique style. If you into that shit, you gonna go see him. You fuck with him regardless of what the topic is. You like that style, and I think that's what it is. It's like finding your audience based on them fucking with your style.
But I've realized some audiences though, because I've asked this question on Facebook, right? Do you? Because I feel like sometimes, and I'm gonna say, the majority of a black audience, I feel like sometimes they like the low hanging fruit type of comedy. They don't really sometimes appreciate the
cerebral.
The cerebral. Because a lot of times when I will ask these questions, a lot of people be like, I don't care as long as it's funny. But from what you're saying though, somebody who's passing somebody at a club, I feel like they will more likely hear that and be like, yo, that was a clever bit. I like him because even if I just like the idea that he was even able to think of something as clever as that, like you say, I know he can continue to write more stuff. Like that. So the booker's gonna have more appreciation for the cleverness and be like, yo, look, they
can see the craft. I mean,
the booker has seen Lucian Hole was there since Eddie Murphy. Like he was the booker before Eddie was working the strip.
Yeah.
So just imagine how much comedy Lucian has watched in his lifetime. Every Monday, what was it? Tuesday? Monday was audition night, right? Open mic night. And it was open mics, and then people on the later portion of the show were callbacks. Lucian did that shit every Monday for 30 years. He's seen everything. So he's seen the guy that's really funny, but it was no substance. It was just because the guy's funny. His mannerisms are funny, or his face is funny.
But the writing style,
the writing was like, So do you pass that guy, or do you say, you could work the club, but we'll be slow with how we bring you bring you along.
Because when I look at some of the comments or the clips of some of the people doing the crowd work, and and I'm reading the comments, and the civil crowd work, like where your man at? He home? Call him. And then he get on stage,
Yeah.
and I see the comments, and I be like, because I'm not hating, but I just be like, oh, this shit's been going on for like, why y'all acting like this is just something that's just the most creative, genius shit? And they just be like, oh, he said call her. He on the phone with it. Like, and I just be like,
but do y'all feel that since y'all became comedians, you can't enjoy comedy like the average person can enjoy comedy? Because I'm sitting up here, I'm so busy looking, I'm like critiquing and breaking down. I'm like, now that was fun. Like, we don't even laugh anymore.
Yo,
we just go, now that was a good one. When we were growing up, we was like everybody else. Now
I'm the worst person. I'm the worst. I watch comedy with my friends, and
breaking it down.
I tell them,
no,
they'll be like falling over and knocking into each other, and I'm just like this watching the whole time. And when it's over, I'll say, man, that was really good. And I'm like, you didn't laugh one time. And I'm like, bruh, I'm not looking at it like you are.
Yeah.
So I'm the worst guy. If you're not a comic, I'm the worst person to watch comedy with because I'm literally sitting like this the whole time.
Yeah, for me too.
And when it's over, yo, that was really good.
Yes.
Or I'm like, that was trash.
How they came up with that and how they did it. We like, oh, that delivery. I like the way, you know, so it's a classroom for us now.
Right.
We can't just enjoy it.
Yeah, it's like the Matrix the Matrix vision comes up on the set and it's like, you're like, okay, you like this.
And then you realize how trash some people who you really thought was great, you'd be like, yo, I remember coming up, I was under this guy, and I would sit back and be like, yo, I can't wait to get where he is. Now that person, you'd be like, oh, this nigga trash. This nigga still where he is when I had just started, and he ain't grown at all.
Yeah.
You said something interesting, Fox. It's like the Matrix. Like we see it differently. But that's everybody. Like athletes see the game slower than we do. We watch, oh my God, how did he do that? Yeah. But when you do it all the time, the game moves slower for you. Yeah. Doctors see things differently. I do this all the time. I see this all the time. We're like, yo, what the whole shit? But whatever you do consistently, you do it, you understand it.
Yeah, you can see under the hood to the shit. It's like,
a mechanic can hear your car and say, I know what's wrong with it. Right?
There it is. Yeah.
You do it, what you are, what you repeatedly do. You know?
Yeah, it's one of those things where you've been doing this for a certain amount of time, and then somebody comes up to you, like not a comic, a civilian. They come up to you and say, "Hey, I got something I can add to your thing."
No, you can't.
I'm like,
no, you can't. Thank you, sir. Thank you for your observation.
Have
a good night.
How come you didn't do this? You know.
You ever hear the story about Moranzio Vance when he went to Wanda's show and then took notes for her?
No, what happened?
Wanda was, I think she was, Moranzio's from North Carolina, I believe, right?
Yeah.
Wanda was in North Carolina. Moranzio Vance went to the show with his pad and his pen and watched her whole show and tagged this bit and had a whole sheet of tags for her. Somebody he knew that worked at the venue got him backstage to meet Wanda. Wanda's backstage with management, agents, her friends, her family. Oh, this is Moranzio Vance, young comic. Oh, Moranzio, nice to meet you, Moranzio. Yeah, I took some tags. I wrote some tags for your material. I wrote the whole show. And, hey, look, y'all, Moranzio wrote tags for my whole show, beginning to end. Thank you, Moranzio. Throws it in the garbage. Thank you so much, Moranzio.
Hey, it might have been some good. It could have been some good tags.
Never looked.
Okay, so
Look,
that's
I'd have been like this. Thank you, Moranzio.
Because where's the line between being hungry and doing that? Because
she could do some gems.
It could have been some shit. In it, do you take the shot?
It could have been. I don't think Moranzio was even a comic at the time.
Oh,
but it could have been some gems in there. Yeah. The likelihood, not very high.
Yeah,
not very high.
Very low.
See, now that's one of the stories for that show that
yes,
you're talking about.
Thank you.
Yo, we should write this show, yo.
Let's write it, y'all.
I want an EP credit. I want an EP credit. Let's do it.
You got it, Tony.
Let's shoot a pilot.
Let's shoot it. Let's shoot it.
Mark, you want to shoot a pilot?
Let's do it.
Yo, we can shoot it in that room right there.
Let's do it.
Okay, so
let's do
it. Now
but
these
we
are just
acting.
No,
right?
People to reenact it. No, it's just we just telling it.
No,
you talking about
acting. They're acting the story.
Yeah,
we're gonna make them in the verticals.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so we can shoot the story part in there.
Oh, yeah.
And then shoot the acting.
Yes.
Or is it gonna be voice? We'll talk about it.
Yeah, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it because we all have so many great stories. You know, just
road stories
that we
don't tell.
Stories in life. Let me tell you,
at least not supposed to.
Moranzio, it took me back to a story just to show just how unnecessarily hard we've had it and don't even realize. Okay, so last comic stand.
We've had it. Who's we?
Well, comics trying to come up and get a break.
Okay.
You know? So it's like you remember how they did last comic stand, and then like I learned all competitions are rigged. You know, I learned that earlier on.
That fan.
So give it up for that fan. So so now they're bringing it back, and I said I already knew if I didn't get the call before the season started, I wasn't gonna be in the top 10. So I was fine with that. I just wanted the footage. So I said, okay, I'm gonna go and I'm gonna audition, blah blah. I do the audition, everything. That year they had us doing Honda Pilot commercials. Now that was the new SUV at the time.
Okay.
So we had to go. It was like 10 of us, and we went to downtown LA. It was hot as heck that day, and then we're in this Honda Pilot, and we have to tell our joke in the car.
Okay.
So once they say action, they turn the air off. So you feel like you are boiling in this Honda Pilot, just everything. I mean, I thought I was gonna die. But anyway, so I got my jokes out. And then once they say cut, they turn the AC right back on. And then you might do that like 2 or 3 times. I'm not gonna name who else was in there because it's really not about them per se. But what happened was the Honda Pilot commercial was a contest.
Okay.
So the people voted for you, and the winner would get $10,000. Back then, $10,000 was like $10 million to me back then. You know, when you broke, you're like, okay, $10,000 can change your life. So, and I watched it when it aired, and I'm not trying to be funny, but I felt like I had the best laughs once it aired. I watched everybody's. So now Maranzio and I have meetings at NBC. We just so happen to see each other there. So while I'm there for our meeting, the editor comes out, and this is like a month or so after the show had wrapped. Okay. And the editor says, you know, you really won that $10,000 Honda Pilot competition, right? And I said, what? He said, yeah. He said, but they gave it to, and he named this person because this person is represented by the EP Barry Katz. So Barry Katz gets 1,000 of the 10,000 because he gets his commission. And then the other person got the money, but they said, you really won it. And when you're young and hungry and you need a break, you know, that's disappointing. I'm like, man, I'm busting my behind. And y'all still able to steal behind the scenes. First of all, that's a conflict of interest. Nobody's client should be the EP's client. You know what I'm saying? Like, they won't even let you work at the bank with your cousin.
Right.
They related.
That's a bit, yo. That's a bit.
They stealing.
They won't let you work at the bank with your cousin, but these people can have their client in the show and get them the money. My $10,000 was gone. That's all I heard.
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
It's one of them things, man. To be honest, I don't really blame Maranzio for being hungry enough to do that.
Yeah.
I mean,
the Wanda thing.
Yeah, like you know, I mean, because I feel like we've all had, just like how you say, how you go to Arsenio and be like, yo, I got all Eddie's whole hour.
Well, it took me years to develop that relationship with Arsenio.
Yeah.
I mean, I think Maranzio could. I'm not saying like. Yeah. It depends on how you see it.
Yeah.
But to meet Wanda for the first time, I think Maranzio could have said, "Hey, I'm a comedian. I'm a big fan. I watched the whole show. Are you open to tags? Because I think I might have a good tag
That's
for
a
you."
good point, yeah.
And it's just like, for what joke? When you said the thing, then give her 1. Oh yeah, damn, I didn't. Yeah, that's okay. So I got to go back in time now. When Chrissy used to take me to the comic strip all the time, he would take me in the comic strip, sit me in the back. Yo, don't touch anything, don't think anything. I'm underage, right? I was sitting in the dark back of the comic strip. I would give comics tags, not write them down, but I would just sit in the back, and Chrissy would be like, "Hey, it's my brother." And I'm like, "Hey man, when you said the thing earlier in your set, you could have said it later. You could have called it back at the end when you said that, because that tied." Oh shit, yo, that's
This is what, 16, 17?
I'm 14.
Okay.
Hey, you could have, because you said the thing about the lady in the beginning, and then at the end you said something. You could have been like, and then the lady popped up and was like, "Oh shit, hey Rock, yo, your brother gave me a good tag." And I would see them weeks later, and it's like, and then the lady said this, and then at the end the lady pops up like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "Oh shit, I said that."
Yeah.
So, but I was like, I had to develop that. I couldn't
had a
just walk.
rapport with them already.
Yeah. Rapport.
So a lot of comics. Before I even touched the microphone at the comic strip, I would hang out with Chrissy. We sit in the booth, and hey, when you said the thing, you could, or you could have made the pen say, "What the fuck's going on here?" Yo,
it's like the writer's room almost.
Had to develop that.
To
be a stranger and say, "Hey, I wrote tags for your whole set." It's like, nigga, who the fuck?
Yeah. Yeah, that make a lot of sense.
Yeah.
To build that rapport,
To build
or
rapport.
that approach with,
Right.
hey, are you open?
Yeah.
That's how you
But I
do
open
think
the
what we
door.
fall into as comics, especially new comics, is we hear there's no one way to get in.
Yeah.
You know, so he thought he was gonna have
Yeah,
a story. I
yeah.
gave her tags. I've been opening for
Yeah,
her.
yeah.
You just don't know.
You just don't
You
know.
just be like, man.
You gotta take a
Gotta
chance.
take
Yeah.
it, man.
'Cause
I ain't gonna see her again.
Because I remember it's crazy. The first, everybody know Martin is my comedic hero. So the first time I met Martin, I was just like, yo, I gotta figure out how to get in, or, in my mind. And I remember, he had just did the set at the Comedy Store, everybody hanging in the back. I only knew Kenny Watt. So, and one of the chicks that knew everybody was just like, look, everybody going to Lola's. This go come to Lola's. I said, all right, bet. And so I said, all right, at least I know one person. I knew Kenny. So if I go, I'm not looking like, who's this nigga? So I went, and I was just like, hey, Martin, what's going on, man? I said, big fan, just grew up on you, whatever the case may be. And Kenny was like, yeah, this is my youngin' right here, whatever. And I was just like, hey, man, like me meeting you right now, how you felt when you met Richard Pryor or Eddie Murphy for the first time, that's how I feel right now meeting you. And he was just like, wow. And he was just like, you know what, man? We still shooting. He went to Kenny, was like, yo, get it, give me his info, give so-and-so his info, man, because, we still doing First Amendment. And, let's see if we can get a spot for him. But then they didn't do the season no more. But, so it was just my approach. I was just like, yo, how can I just make this guy feel like me?
Yeah.
And that, you know what I mean? So, but I wouldn't have been like, yo, here, I got some tags, you know what I mean? Because he probably would have did the same shit.
Remember you so crazy when you said
but
this.
you was so respectful though. And we all I got a lot of people that, I really admire coming up. Because like I said, I didn't think I was gonna be a comedian, but I had really admired a lot of people coming up. And being from DC, it was a Chris Rock joke that made me really like Chris. It was the joke about the mayor.
Oh yeah,
Mayor Marion Barry.
He smoked crack at McDonald's to get your job back.
You can't be that. I can be mayor. So it's like we love Mayor Marion Barry.
Yeah, right.
So
got a job back.
and I love current events. That's my favorite thing to do is current event material. It just doesn't last as long, but I love current events. So, it's jokes like that I love. But, like we said, there's no one way and everybody's so different. I remember a couple years ago, Chappelle was at the Comedy Store and he was doing something in the belly room and he had that little VIP area. When he does something in the belly room, he keeps the VIP area. So one of the managers was like, because I was in the OR, he was like, go look in the VIP room. So I went and looked and Dave was sitting in there. Everybody was running up to him and bothering him. I was the only person who did not bother him. I went over to the bar and I sat down. I was the only person. He was so intrigued about why somebody came in here and didn't say that. He got up and came over and sat beside me. And so we had a good long conversation and everything. I told him I knew Joe Recker.
I was about to say that's how me and Dave bonded. I said Joe Recker and
his
that's how
eyes light up.
Yeah, man,
Joe
GC
was
legend.
his role model back.
Yeah.
So I told him I knew Joe Recker. We just swiped a conversation and but he came over to me because I didn't bother him.
Yeah.
Right.
And so I said, you here tomorrow night? I said, yes. Can I get a guest spot? He said, yes. He told me to talk to his manager. They gave me a guest spot the next night and I came back.
Dope.
Yeah,
But,
you gotta shoot your shot, but like you say, you gotta know how to shoot it.
You can't be abrasive with it.
Yeah.
You want to hear an interesting story? You said that you like that joke that my brother told about the mayor.
Marion Barry.
He went to work out before he shot the special in DC. He went to a club. I think it might have been an Improv to work the set.
Mm-hmm.
They booed him.
They booed that.
Why? That was
Okay, that's interesting.
They booed it,
That's
and then like 2
the
nights
time,
later at Constitution Hall, it destroyed.
So, but he got booed on that night on that joke. Was it any
The
other
workout, went to a club to work out the set.
Right.
That joke got a boo in DC.
So he's like, I'm still keeping it in. It's not like,
What did I just say? It ain't about
it ain't about
It's
them. Yeah.
like, yo, I'm
About
telling this
you.
joke. Y'all could either get on board or this ain't
Come
for y'all.
along.
Right.
The
Yeah.
next 2 nights later, Constitution Hall, thousands of people.
Yeah.
Improv, 200 people. Boo. Constitution Hall, thousands.
Yeah. So basically, what you're saying is, just because somebody doesn't respond at this time, that doesn't mean the joke don't work. You gotta keep shopping at that.
But it's also a confidence, though. He was confident enough to do that anyway.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They didn't rattle him.
Because some of the people at the improv that
niggas versus black people booed off stage in Oakland.
Really?
Because there's way more niggas in Oakland. They was like, we don't like this joke at all. Boo!
Talking about us.
There's a war going on.
Like, couldn't recover, boo. Oh, I'm like,
couldn't recover, boo.
I'm like, what the? And then the special comes out, boom.
So now how you like that?
There. And it's good to hear stories like this too, Tony, because we wouldn't know otherwise. I mean, that 2 nights earlier before you put something on a special, something didn't work, and you still used it.
Yeah, you know if it works, it's like, okay, something happened, something about this audience.
If you in tune with your material, you know what you're doing. Yeah. Like you said, the confidence as well to tell a joke. Yeah. You know what you're doing. You know it's gonna work. Yeah. You know. You could tell.
Yeah.
You shoot the same jump shot 1,000 times. It ain't gonna always go in, but you know that this is how you gonna shoot this jump shot. You know, you don't change it.
Yeah.
And that's the best part about the game is like, you just don't know what that night is gonna bring.
Right.
You know.
Now here's a question: out of all the current events that you do say stuff on, because people can get emotional about, especially the political stuff. Have you had someone come up to you after the show with like disapproval, trying to say that you offended them after a joke?
I can't say that I've experienced that, no, because I think that they know that what I'm saying is well thought out, so it's not really much we're going to be able to debate about it, but, I don't really have that, and now I'll get up on the stage, sometimes I'll just say, all right, now it's time for me to divide the room.
So they can see.
I already let them know it's coming down the pipe, just sit back.
I've been doing that recently. Like, sorry, white people. I'm talking some shit about y'all white people, but not y'all in here.
Y'all the good ones.
Yeah.
I had somebody do that.
But no, I don't have anybody. I never really, even coming up, I never really got hecklers. Like, I wanted hecklers. I never, because I feel like a heckler is a way for you to improve yourself, and it also lets you work on your improv. And I wanted more hecklers than I got.
How do you write? Are you a pen and pad writer or?
No, what I do is, because I have to first think it's funny.
Right.
So if it makes me laugh, now I'll put it in my phone and I'll audio record it.
The idea.
So you go on stage with the idea first.
I always, because we won't forget it. We won't remember it if we don't.
Voice note,
I do a voice note right away. And then sometimes I'll even type it in, depending on what it is. So it's in my phone.
Right.
So then I'll go back and I'll start working on that, and I'll put it in the middle of stuff that I know already works.
Okay, so to piggyback on what Trey just said, you like writing about current events.
Yes.
That's your favorite.
I love current events.
So current events is always that's daily.
Always.
So
changing.
what's your writing frequency? Do you write every day, or do you write every couple of days, or what? Because if you're gonna stay abreast of current events, that's an everyday thing.
Well, it's just if I know I have a show. So say for instance, I got a Tuesday night at the Laugh Factory, then early that day I'll be like, what are you gonna say tonight?
Right.
And so to be current, because I'm going tonight, and then I'll just know what I'm gonna say.
Okay.
It could be like I've been talking about Erica Kirk.
Okay.
And I said I don't trust no white woman with 3 K's in their name. I might be like, okay, so it's gonna be an Erica Kirk night, or it's gonna be a song, or it might be a Trump, embarrassing us at the World Cup. So it could be anything like that. Everything he touches dies. We knew Argentina was gonna lose because he was caping for them.
Yeah.
And I said about the Spurs, the Spurs should have been more strategic. Every time Trump shows up, when did New York lose? When he showed up. Yeah. Keep inviting Trump to the New York games, and y'all would have won the fucking series. Everything he touches died. I said I had an ex-boyfriend. I said this man stole my money, cheated on me. I took him to Donald Trump. I said, touch this motherfucker. I said, and he touched him. And he died.
Yeah.
So I'll just whatever. If I have to have a show that night,
right?
And then I start thinking, what are you going to talk about tonight that's current?
Wait, so if you don't have a show, you don't write?
No.
You still don't want to be a comic. Huh? You just got stuck here. You just like, how do I get out of this fucking box?
stuff keeps on happening.
Yeah.
I can't force myself to write. I know some people say they got a notebook full of blah, blah. I have to find it funny first, and then I'll that'll start getting my wheels turned.
I don't force myself to write, but I'm always searching for material.
Yeah.
Like I'm just always like all right, my mind is always open to receiving material, and that's
like when you say searching for it. What do you mean? Like anything, just something come to me?
No, because I write more from a personal standpoint.
Okay, yeah, there you go.
So I'm very like whatever is going on personal. Then I'm like, okay, how can I, and then I just hear it, or I'm just like, oh shit, that's it right there. That's a bit, and then I'm like, okay, this is what I'm gonna talk. This is what I'm gonna write on. You know what I mean? So that's how I kind of do it. But I just can't just sit down and be like, all right, what I want to write on today. But I started talking about some current events, but I still kind of have that same process.
Yeah.
I just say, okay, this is what's happening currently. What I want to say about this, and just put it together that way. But I got to say it first.
Yeah.
To get the most authentic, either the most authentic way of not saying it, I gotta say, okay, well that didn't work, or I'm gonna get the most authentic way to say it. Either way, it's a win for me. Yeah. Because if it don't work, I'll be like, okay, damn, I can't say it like that. You know what I mean?
Right.
So
Whenever we have a comic on, we always have to check and ask, what's your top 5 comedy specials? No particular order.
No particular order. I don't know the name of the special. There was a Damon Wayans special.
Okay.
Where he was
Last
saying,
Uncle Damon, do that for me, Uncle Damon.
Yeah, well, he was saying, I think it was the last thing where he was saying, you get to LA, you get a white woman.
Oh,
you
yeah.
LA, you get a white woman. They'll be like, he said, sister, can you tap that white woman for me? So that anything Paul Mooney does.
Okay.
I got to open for the same weekend. I opened for Paul Mooney and Dick Gregory in the same weekend.
Oh, wow. Wow.
So that was the pinnacle right there. Let me see.
You definitely left that show hating white people. You was
right.
Did Dick Gregory cuss out the audience?
Chris Rock, Bring the Pain.
Yeah.
Let me see. Who else? Margaret Cho.
Really?
The special where she was talking about her father's boy. Her father had a guy friend who was in love with him. And he was like, yo, Daddy had a friend who was in love with him. And he said, well, what did you do, Daddy? And Daddy punch. So the father punched his friend when his friend told him he was in love with him. They went out. So that whatever special that was, that Margaret Cho was imitating her father. And let me see, number 5. Number 5. There's so many to choose from. Oh my goodness, so many good ones. I like Roy Wood Jr.'s first special.
Oh, Roy's not in my top 5. He's my 6th man.
Yeah,
he's my 6th man.
I love his first special.
Roy's good. Roy's
I love his
really,
first
really
special.
Good.
Let me see who else.
That's 5.
Okay, that's 5.
Damon, Paul Mooney, Chrissy, Margaret Cho,
Roy Wood.
And who's on your comedy Mount Rushmore?
Comedy Mount Rushmore. Paul Mooney, Eddie Murphy, Richard Pryor, George Carlin.
Ooh, good one.
Carlin.
Got a good one.
That daggone George Carlin. I remember when I was here, I was just visiting, and I was in Brentwood because I wanted to see Mezzaluna, the place where the mama left the sunglasses and got the boy chopped up.
OJ.
I wanted to see that.
The mama left the sunglasses, got the boy chopped up. Damn, you sound country as fuck.
Damn.
This where the mama left the sunglasses, got the boy chopped up.
So I'm riding to find Mezzaluna, and who is beside me in a BMW but George Carlin? And that was back when you had them big old camcorders.
Yeah.
And I was like, George Carlin, I'm one of your biggest fans. He was like, all right, and he pulled off. So,
and he was driving around looking for Mezzaluna when the boy got chopped up.
That's right, left the sunglasses.
Damn.
George Carlin,
don't take nobody's sunglasses back. You left them there, you come get them.
Right.
So, yeah.
Right.
No, people don't get this. That's the thing. That's how we knew they was fucking, because people don't get their sunglasses returned
back
to their house.
Absolutely.
That's how we knew they was fucking.
They never brought that up in trial, though. You know
Chrissy said that. Chrissy said that in the special.
Yeah,
when last time you left some shit in a restaurant and they brought it back to your house?
They brought it back to your house.
Like, who glasses are these? I'll take them back.
I'll take them back.
Yeah, man.
So,
What's the thing we said? What was the order we said last time? It was the top 3 moments as a comic. It was 1, creating the new joke. We had Malik S. and we had Royale here.
Mm.
Best moments. Is it creating the new joke, hearing the new joke work, like hearing that first boom from the new joke, or what was the third one, y'all?
I think
or not working.
I thought it was
a progression.
I thought it was the applause.
The applause.
Like the
no,
applause.
that was a separate question.
It was.
So it was curating the joke, hearing the joke work for the first time, or seeing the joke, seeing the build up.
Well, the question was for you. So, what's your most rewarding? Is it?
Hearing the joke work.
Hearing the joke work
yeah.
For the first time.
For the first time, hearing it work, I really enjoy that because, especially when you get the raucous laughter,
right?
You know, because you created that. You know, that's like so. That I think that's the best for me is hearing it work and getting a great response out of a joke. But you know what I like? I like tagging a joke 10 years later. You know,
I never knew that was it.
And then you like, I'm still building on this bit 10 years later. Why did I think about this 10 years later? So I like still the progression because you can still joke is never really done.
Right? Never done.
Never really done.
Thank you very much.
So I like tagging an old joke.
Do you prefer the laugh? Well, not. We all prefer laughter, but do you get enjoyment more from the laughter or from an applause?
Yeah, that's what it was.
The laughter makes me laugh.
Okay.
You know, some people think you're just laughing, you know, like
part of the
bit or something.
I hate that.
But I try not to laugh at my own stuff. But when you hear somebody laugh, it's contagious.
Right.
You know, so I end up laughing because somebody else laughed. Because I hate these people that's looking like they enjoying their shit more than you are. They're like, let us laugh. Let us laugh.
That's like the best sometimes when you don't want to laugh, but everything's going so good, and then you throw to something so funny in that spur of the moment that just really makes you laugh.
Yes.
Like,
because it feels contrived. You've been laughing at your own stuff the whole night.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I try not to laugh at my own stuff. And so if I am laughing, it's because y'all made me laugh because of your response.
I think that goes back to the crowd work question as well. If you used to telling your jokes, you know these jokes, you know your set from beginning to end, middle to end, back, forward. When you get a crowd work moment, somebody says something and you make something funny in the moment, that's enjoyable for you as well. You're like, oh, wow. So you like, oh, yo, that's, oh, man. Damn. I'll even say that to somebody. Like, they say something and I say something back and the room explodes. I'm like, damn, man, you just made me laugh. Because that's new for everybody, even you. So I think those moments are special for the room to leave. They also feel like, I think the room should leave like they feel like you guys had a moment together.
Right.
You feel like, I want the whole room to leave like, man, I just got to hang out with him for an hour and a half, you know?
Sometimes they're funny too. It's like TV is on. They're doing some silly shit out there. You know, they're responding to your stuff, but it's like you're watching them be weird.
What's the TV's? What?
It's like you're watching something funny on TV.
Oh, okay.
So, but it's the crowd being who they are.
Yeah.
And, you know, you see people fighting and shit like that. And, you know, I mean, it's just, you have to deal with all that while you're performing. And sometimes it creeps into your act.
Yeah.
And it's
have
fuel
y'all ever
sometimes.
got tired of your own material? You know, like
I get tired of it when it don't work.
Yo,
These motherfuckers don't get it.
So tired of saying
It's
so.
sometimes I don't get in the middle of a bit. I'll just be like, I don't even feel like it.
It's so funny you said that. I saw a clip last week of Louis C.K. And he said that he toured for 10 years with the same act.
Oh my God.
He said he was a lazy writer. He was touring for 10 years with the same bit. And he said his opening joke, he was so used to telling it. It was like, it wasn't even like I was telling it anymore. I was just forming my mouth to say the words. And he's like, every night I would go into that opening bit like this. So the other day I was in this, but that was opening bit. He said he hated it, and he was like, the thing that changed him, and it's so funny that we talk about this because he said the thing that changed it, he said a group of comics, he went with a group of comics to see my brother at Caroline's one night. And he said, we were sitting in the booth, a bunch of comics, and he said, you know, Chris came out and he was just doing all new material and the shit was killing. And he got a standing ovation at the end of the show. And he said he just sat in the booth like, and he was like, what the fuck? I was doing the same set for 10 years. This motherfucker has a whole new hour. And that's when he like got out of that rut of like, I gotta really develop some material. Because he said, I was sick of even opening my mouth to tell these jokes.
Yeah.
Dang, when you tired of your own jokes.
Yeah.
When your own jokes make you sick.
And no, but that's 10 years. I think you should feel like that as a comic after a year, 2 years.
Yeah,
but some comics, they are like a verbatim set. It's like every time, like Ron White, you know, nothing bad on him. Ron White is like same thing, words. It's like putting on an album and letting it play.
Yeah.
one time I saw him do his set, and he was inebriated, and he did this joke right here. 10 minutes later, did this joke again, hit the exact same way. I'm like, is anybody gonna?
The audience probably just as drunk as he was.
Yeah, but that's what the laughter was probably them recognizing, like, yo, he's fucked up. He just did the same joke twice, and it made them laugh.
Yeah, and he just kept on going like it didn't happen. But not to say he hates his joke, but that's if you get tired of that, it's like shit.
Yeah, I'm surprised the audience allowed Louis C.K. to get away with the same.
The soaring, it was. I'm sure. I'm sure he's had some people that saw him, multiple times.
Yeah.
But just.
I'm like that too. After a year, I'm like, okay, like
I got to add something to it. After a year, I'm like, okay, I still do that bit, but now this new piece is on it. I do that bit, but now this, or it goes in a different direction afterwards. It's always.
But I challenge the comedians around me, like, hey, nigga, you still doing that? Like, but it's a good thing. It's just like, I would want somebody to challenge me that way.
True.
But I'm always like, all right, especially if I'm repeating that city, I'm like, all right, yo, I'm gonna have at least a new 20 minutes. But I was always because I was never worried about anything not working. Right. I always, because with that question came up, for me, I always appreciated the challenge of it. Like, all right, let me see if this is gonna work tonight. Yeah. And if it don't work, I like going in the green room after the show and be like, all right, so what happened? Well, no, yo, you said that ain't really make sense. You know what I mean? Maybe you should try it like this and see how that works. And I'm like, all right. Then the 9 o'clock show, I'm like, oh, that shit went from a 3 to a 6. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Now Saturday.
Oh, I'll add that to the list. I'll add that to the list. It's hearing it's writing a new joke. Mm-hmm. It's hearing the new joke work. And I'll add that the giving somebody the tag and watching that joke go from a 5 to a fucking 10 from something you said, yo, you should try to. That's rewarding too.
Yeah, like you fix somebody.
That's big.
That's big.
It's like the joke mechanic.
Tag, you'd be like, and then you come off that stage and you'd be like, I wouldn't even let nigga get upset. Yo, that tag motherfucker worked. No,
I need you to acknowledge.
I did that recently. Rico has a bit. I'm not gonna tell his bit, but he had a bit about the interaction with a man and a woman, and he was like, a man wouldn't admit no shit like that even under interrogation. And then he was like, and then I get stuck, and I'm like, bro, you gotta be in the interrogation room. You gotta be. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And he was like, yeah, but then I'll be like, tell me the truth. Like, I said, no, don't be the interrogator. Be the guy in the chair. Like, what do you want to know? I don't know anything. I don't know. And he did that shit with them to call me like, yo, bruh, that shit went through the roof. Because now I'm like, they get to hear it. Yeah. They get to hear the joke. You get to break down they hear the heading, the intricacy of the joke, and then you act it out. So they get to see it in all three facets. Mm-hmm. And he was like, yo, when I did that, I just sat on the stool and was like, what do you want me to tell you? I don't know anything. He was like, yo, that shit went. I'm like, bro.
Sometimes putting the act out in there. Yeah. So they see, you make them see what you're saying. It's like,
take that journey. Do y'all live by the rule of if you say something and it doesn't work 3 times, throw it away?
No. But
I know this one girl, she been telling a joke for 20 years that never worked.
Yeah, that's different.
Somebody told her, if you say it 3 decades, throw it away.
If it ain't worked in 30 years.
You a sadist? Like, I'm like, at some point, you like, you getting something out of this.
Is it a torture joke? Is it like she knows that it's off-putting? Or?
It's not even a torture. It's just a bad joke. It's just not funny. But I think she's like, I'm going to push this through till y'all laugh. 20 years later.
So we always say there's no such thing as a bad joke, but yeah, sometimes.
I'm just in awe of her.
One of my mentors told me sometimes you're ahead of the curve. So sometimes but you can't be 20 years ahead of the curve.
You can't be 20 years.
No way.
You just gotta give it up.
Oh my God!
I had to get out of the habit of thinking everybody's gonna think it's funny. Like this thing that you're saying, you feel so strongly about. You're never gonna make. You're gonna either split the room. Not everybody's gonna like it. I think it was the joke about tell the no, not the side chick. Tell the mother she's got to tell us leave the kid with her dad. Like you got to get rid of your kid. Mm. You know, I don't want to be. Damn, it's been so long. That's how, because women will get mad. Yeah. You can't see the real dad.
Oh, dating a woman with a kid.
Yeah, dating a woman with a kid, and it's like,
yeah, the used. It's like a used.
It's like a used car, but it's before that. They said, look, you gotta disengage. You gotta tell the father he can't see the kid no more. It's my kid. And they're like, what? Well, you can't see his father. I would get negative response from that. Right. I said, no, it's my child now. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I had to get used to the idea that women are just not gonna.
Some of them will.
Some of them will, but every now and again, it's not a consistent thought.
You gotta switch something up. You gotta figure out the.
Because you know what it is. Like, if we want to fix that particular bit right now, it's women sitting in the room that have a child and they're dating a guy that he's not the father.
Exactly.
Right. So it should be. Listen, if we're gonna be dating and we're gonna be in a relationship together and we're gonna be monogamous. Mm-hmm. Tell the dad that's our kid now. I'm going to be involved in the kid's life too. That's our kid. You saying, yo, tell his birth father to get the fuck out of here because it's my kid now. Women are going to look at you like you crazy.
He already out of here. I don't got to tell him.
Yeah, that's why it's mixed. Some women are like, I don't see the motherfucker at all. Funny joke. Some women are like, we have the best co-parenting relationship in the world. Why would I do that?
Yeah. So that's why it's combative. If it's one of them nights where it's acceptable, then I can get away with it. But I've had a dude say, "Nigga, what the fuck you saying? You can't tell me I can't be." Oh, now niggas is mad at me.
Fight. Yeah.
I mean, it's all in fun, but it's like they're not.
That's the next part of the joke is how it affects the people in the room.
Right.
That's the bit, right? That bit.
Yeah.
I tell that joke sometimes, and people be in the room like, "Yo, what?"
Yeah. I've had to do that, but of course, you can't just harp on some shit that ain't working, but
it could work. You just gotta,
it could work.
You just gotta just figure that. That's the challenge, man.
It just might work.
Yeah. Well, I haven't given it up. It's I haven't done it in a while because I have other stuff. But
I told you my bit that had about seven white women walk out.
Oh, you walk a room with it though? I gotta hear this.
The domestic violence. The domestic violence joke that I've been working on. I don't do it consistently, but
let me tell you what's good about beating women.
Good laughs, but when you still figuring it out, and you like, all right, well, let me try this one this way now, that way now. Yeah. And it was other women in there that was laughing. It was guys in there that was laughing. It was other women in there that was laughing. But
you
a whole group of the table was getting their ass beat a lot, and they was just like, no, and they got up and complained.
Yeah. To 7 Karens.
But everybody else was in there laughing. So, that it's going to happen. And I know, when you get on them certain sensitive topics, but, because people don't even really think about what you're really saying. Sometimes you can word it wrong. But really the joke is really talking about how cowardly it is to abuse and hit women and stuff. But
they weren't looking for no nuance.
I think
the low hanging fruit. That's what they want. They don't want.
I think a lot of times as a comic, that's the challenge to talk about the topic that is taboo. Yeah. And if you make that shit funny, then you really did something. Yeah. Talking about Trump at this point, bruh.
Yeah.
Come on, everybody, swish. Mm-hmm. But to take the topic of like something heavy. Make that funny for an entire room, or the majority of the room, because you never get 100% of the room. Yeah, that's the challenge. Mm-hmm. That's the challenge. Like, yo, wow, you changed my mind on that. I didn't look at it that way. That's a real challenge.
You said something earlier about 10 years later, you tagged up a joke, being that you weren't the comic back then, and now you're this comic now. Have you like totally reinvented? Joke based on life experience or something, whatever it may be.
Yeah, I just feel like just it's a whole lot of reasons for that. Like we're pretty comfortable now as comics, and we're older now, so we've experienced so much more life. So now we have deeper things to talk about, a little bit more gravitas in our material, and so I can go back and rewrite some stuff because I've evolved
right
since I first wrote it. So I mean that's the beauty
looking
about
at it
what
with
we
fresh
do.
eyes, right?
We're looking at it with fresh eyes, and we never really run out of material. So you just go back to the stuff you already had, and you can make it even funnier. And that's what I've done. I've taken stuff I wrote 10 years ago, and I've been able to make it even funnier today.
Right, but sometimes it takes on a whole new turn. It's like, okay, I wasn't in this stage of life. Now I can talk about or not talk about.
Yeah, or the world wasn't in this stage, so
Of course,
now.
Yeah, because even when you're going through something, it may not be that time. So sometimes it could be that time, but sometimes it might not be that time because it's really still affecting you in a negative way.
Yeah.
Like, hey, nigga, you just got divorced. Just don't talk about it yet. Like some people, they can do it and it can be effective. And I'm not saying you, you know, because you only one, you know what I mean? Because you used to have your divorce bits. But I'm just like, hey man, you sounded more angry than funny. So yo, just write some things out, but just kind of chill until it's not affecting you as much. And then let's see. So now that divorce material might be fire 5 years after the divorce happened.
Yeah.
If you actually write, I mean, because some people, whatever you go through, you know, some people, they're emotional and they're still trying to be a comedian, but they haven't. Oh man, there's some gold here. I need to. Well, this is because people can relate to whatever you're going through, and if you're not writing to that,
and I said you because you said David Arnold was like, so what happened?
Well, because
Fox was on stage
because it was so fresh. It's like okay, wife left me. I got 2 shows I got to do. I said I'm gonna pen and pad. So I'm like David. I was in Arlington. David, it was David and Kim Whitley, you know, and I did well. I mean, I'm writing, but nigga, nobody just know. You don't tell people, hey, guess what? I'm getting a divorce. You know, no one says that.
What happened?
So he said, hey, I want to come talk to him. I want to talk to you for a second. He goes, nigga, what happened? Like I needed to give him an update on my life or something like that.
Nah, because he saw some.
He's saying the materials in that explanation of what happened. That's what the material was.
Well, no, but it was both. He's like, yeah, nigga, we didn't know you was going through this, and he could tell the material was different. So we spent some time. Shout out to David Arnold.
Fox, you said
Rest in
bitch
peace to David
18 times.
No, nigga, I didn't say
You
that.
say shout out to David Arnold. Rest in peace to David Arnold.
Yeah, rest in peace.
Shout out to I was about to say that. He said, rest in peace,
That's
DA.
when you know
So I definitely listen. I'm so serious that you're sitting here right now. We need to put our heads together and figure out this sketch, this storytelling
This
thing.
series,
I'm in. If you want to do it, I'm in.
I'm in with y'all.
Let them know where they can see the verticals again.
So they're on my Instagram, 3 different ones. Just Us, Fat Stripper, and Trade. Alycia Cooper 2023
On Instagram.
on Instagram. And TikTok, they on there too. It's just Alycia Cooper and the number 2 on TikTok.
Okay, let them know where you at, where they can see you.
So where am I? Oh, I'm going to be shooting my 6th special at Comedy in Harlem.
Hey,
on
Nice.
August the 7th. That's a Friday. So
Dope.
if you're in the New York, Delaware, Philadelphia,
New
New
Jersey, Connecticut.
All right.
area, come on down because we're going to have a good time Friday night, August 7th.
Who's hosting? Rob Stapleton?
No, Nikki Sunshine is
Nikki
hosting.
Sunshine, okay.
Adela Banks is my feature,
Mhm.
and then I'm closing it out. But it's going to be so much fun. And I got some fire material for y'all. Stuff I've been
Congrats,
holding
yo.
on
Congrats.
to.
Congrats.
And we appreciate you, man.
I haven't
for
been
reaching
to
out.
Comedy in Harlem yet.
Yeah, for wanting to be a guest on here.
Yes,
we
I
appreciate you for
love
reaching
y'all,
out,
man. I love y'all.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to hit up Comedy in Harlem. would
They
love that.
hit me. I just was busy when I was home doing a show somewhere else, and they were like, "Hey, if you want to stop by," but I was working. But I got to go by and check it out. Rob hit me about doing it.
Yeah.
A couple of comics was like Trav hit me, Wavy hit me.
Yeah.
Feezy, where you at?
Just some open mics, but on the 6th, I'm in the Belly Room at the Comedy Store.
Okay.
Yeah.
Trey, where you at?
I am. I'm off this week. Chilling this week, handling wedding stuff, and then next week I am in Arlington, Virginia.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Right.
I am in this weekend. I'm in Arlington, Texas, at the Arlington Improv. Next weekend, I'm in Jacksonville at the Comedy Zone. But most important than all of that shit, Charleston will be back Sunday from visiting grandparents in Germany for the month. I get back Monday. I cannot wait to see my child. I'm so excited. Charleston, rock that. I love you so much. Yo, thank y'all for tuning in. It's The Green Room. It's Alycia Cooper, Trey,
Yo.
Fox, Tone Rock. Peace.
Peace.